Welcome to today's Explainer. We are taking a trip straight back to a classic quintessential 90s childhood Sunday. We're going to dive right into the sights, the sounds, and those deeply shared cultural experiences of the South Asian subcontinent. Our goal? To rediscover exactly what made those weekends feel so incredibly golden. So, I want you to think about something. What was life really like before smartphones and endless digital distractions? I mean, without the entire world just sitting there at our fingertips, entertainment actually had to be actively created. It meant highly sensory, deeply communal, and honestly, unforgettable experiences. Let's look at how a typical Sunday actually unfolded back then. All right, starting things off with section 1, the Sunday morning routine. Family and food. Picture this. The morning kicks off with the kids asking Ummi, Mom, for garam aloo parathas. These warm, crispy, potato-stuffed flatbreads, they set this incredibly comforting tone for the entire day. Notice how the very first request isn't for a screen or a device. It's for a beloved home-cooked weekend treat, which instantly grounds the whole morning in this wonderful domestic comfort. Moving right along to section 2. Fighting over the TV, the ultimate battle. Okay. Getting a 90s CRT TV to actually work was a hilarious physical ritual. You had to practically wrestle the machine. Step 1, give it a good smack. Step 2, somebody twists the antenna just right. And the moment that picture finally clears, total chaos. The ultimate sibling showdown over the remote for morning cartoons begins. You'd have one kid demanding, I want the remote. But here's the fascinating part. While the kids are physically wrestling over the cartoons, there is a totally different auditory backdrop playing out in the house. This is Radio Pakistan listeners here with the latest news. Layering that slow, very formal morning radio broadcast right over the high-energy sibling chaos, it paints this perfectly rich, multi-sensory picture of a busy 90s household. Which brings us to Section 3, Champion and Cricket Fever, a mix of calm and excitement. So, to break up all these fights, Mom has to step in. She notices everyone's dry hair and sits them down for a champy. If you don't know, that's a traditional warm oil head massage. Sure, the kids might grumble a bit at first, but they soon admit it feels absolutely amazing. It's this deeply cultural moment of care that just restores order right in the middle of a totally chaotic morning. And right after this little moment of domestic calm, the outside world peeks in. A neighbor calls out over the wall, Assalamu alaikum. Tomorrow is the Pakistan vs. India match we will watch together. Man, this was the magic of the era. Watching a game wasn't just some solitary screen time activity in your bedroom. It was a massive communal event. The anticipation itself bonded the entire neighborhood together. Let's jump to Section 4, Pocket Money and Snacks. Time for those afternoon treats. Look at this number, 5 rupees. Now, in the 90s economy, this wasn't just pocket change, okay? It was an absolute fortune. After solving a quick math question from their parents just to earn their allowance, this tiny coin became the kids' golden ticket to a treasure trove at the local corner shop. For just 5 rupees, the local shop uncle hands over an absolute feast. We're talking sweets, samosas, agrochila, and of course, boomer. That specific mention of boomer chewing gum, yeah, that is an instant, powerful trigger for childhood nostalgia for anyone who grew up then. It is a vibrant snapshot of childhood independence and the simple, pure thrill of a sugary afternoon treat. All right, on to our final phase, Section 5, Naps and Street Cricket, the Sneaky Escape. So, lunchtime arrives with an absolute favorite meal, rajma chawal, which is red kidney beans and rice. But listen, this delicious meal comes with strict conditions. Mom's instructions are crystal clear. Eat, sleep, and absolutely do not go outside to play. This enforced afternoon nap was a total 90s staple, mostly just to keep kids out of the scorching midday sun. But you know kids, they always find a way. Check out this stealthy timeline. At 2 p.m., they're enjoying their rajma chawal. By 3:30, they're whispering, just waiting for Mom and Dad to finally fall asleep. And by 4 p.m., the great escape. They sneak out the door to join their friends. The parents might have dictated the structure of the day, but the kids absolutely carved out their own adventure. Yes, that's a 6-run. Catch it quickly. The whole afternoon culminates right here, in the pure thrill and total freedom of street cricket. They are fully immersed in the game, running, shouting, cheering with their friends. It is the ultimate payoff for all that afternoon patience. To wrap up today's explainer, I want you to think about the day we just lived through together.
It revolved around aloo parathas, smacking a broken TV, a 5 rupee snack haul, and sneaking out for cricket. Yet it brought a profound sense of joy that so many of us still long for today. Which really begs the question, could the simplest, most unplugged days actually be the most fulfilling? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.